USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Learn more and get a quote at usaa.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
New Vitamin Water Zero Sugar Pineapple Passion Fruit is packed with vitamins, just like the amount of peas we packed in that sentence. It's packed like your tote bag, the one you stole from your ex, or your overpriced half a studio apartment, or extra rushed rush hour traffic. Packed like your calendar. Triple booked at 5, of course. Grab a vitamin water. Did we mention it's packed with vitamins?
You had a tow truck hooked or half hooked to your car and you started to drive it?
Yes.
For real?
Yes.
Why?
This is the plaintiff, Corey Bailey. He says he was incorrectly towed from a handicap spot by the defendant, and he hooked his car up wrong. It dropped and was damaged as a result. He hired an attorney to handle his case. The tow company ignored 3 letters he sent, and now they're going to have to pay for his car damage and his attorney's fees when he gets done with him in this court. He's suing for $1,599.64, the amount he's owed. This is the defendant, Maxine. She says the nutty plaintiff jumped into his car while it was hooked up to the truck, hit the gas, and decided it would be a good idea to drive it off the lift while the car was sky high. Now he's suing her for the damages he caused himself and actually thinks he's going to win? Party har har. She's accused of towing a line.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Corey Bailey?
Yes.
You are suing the tow company. You've asked us not to mention the company name, represented here by Maxine. You have power of attorney from the owner?
Yes.
All right, and who is he, the tow truck driver?
Yes.
Okay, for $1,599.64, $68.75 of it for a tow that you had to pay for when you got hooked up, $852.89, an estimate to repair your car, and $678 in legal fees. Okay, what happened?
I was driving in, I came to Walgreens, I went inside to put in, I did pull into a handicap parking spot.
Oh.
I was with my aunt, Karen Reinstein, we both went inside, we have handicap parking for her. You
have a handicap parking permit for her?
Yes.
Can I see it?
We didn't bring it because she...
Okay, did you bring it that day?
Yes, it was in the car.
Did you bring your aunt?
With me today?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Okay, go on.
So we went inside to fill the prescription. They said it was going to be so-and-so. It wasn't going to be ready right away. So she said she was going to wait. I went back outside to go. I was going to go get my little brother.
Drive away and go get your
brother.
Okay.
So when I came out, I noticed a tow truck in the yard. I didn't know what he was doing or whatever.
What do you mean the yard, the parking lot?
In the parking lot,
okay.
Yes. When he noticed me, when I pressed the button for my car and it lit up, he hurried up and scooped it up from the front right passenger's side just by one wheel. That's where the damage was caused.
The damage was caused when he hooked up your car?
The way he tried to pick it up, because he tried to hurry up and scoop it up from the front on the side, just so he could say that the car was lifted, knowing that you're not supposed to lift anyone's car like that. I walked over and I said, I apologize. I have the handicap plaque.
Did you show it to him?
Yes, I showed it to him, and he told me, I don't care. I said, I apologize.
You didn't have it displayed, correct?
No, it wasn't displayed correctly, he told me. I said,
No, I'm asking you, did you have it displayed?
No.
Okay.
So I came and I showed it to him. I said, I apologize. It won't happen again. He said, I
have a question. Did he show you a handicap?
I actually never saw the handicap.
Never. There was never. Did you see a woman with him?
I didn't see any, but he was by himself. Drove away by himself. There was nobody with him.
All right, go on.
I showed him the plaque. And I said, I apologize. It'll never happen again. He told me, it won't happen again because you have to pay me for me to drop it. So we continued to go back and forth. He picked my car up improperly, so I backed off. It fell off. And
wait, what?
He had the car picked up like this on a slant. I backed off.
What do you mean you backed off?
I reversed
don't know if you
off.
mean figuratively you stopped arguing with him, or if you mean...
No, the car backed off. I backed the car off.
You got in your car and started driving it?
Yes.
You had a tow truck hooked or half hooked to your car, and you started to drive it?
Yes.
For real?
Yes.
Why? Like, why would you?
Because I was angry that he was arguing with me.
What kind of car is this?
A Honda Accord.
What year?
Oh, wait.
Aren't you worried that you're going to damage your car?
It was the way it sounds like that because the way it's being put. But if you give the visualization, the way my car was lifted, it wasn't that high off the ground.
How high was it?
Probably about a foot.
I don't know. That would stop me. That's pretty high. Okay, so go on.
Understandable, but...
And it was a foot just on one side?
Yes, just on the one side.
The other side was down with the ground, so the car's literally... Did you take a picture?
No, I didn't take a picture of how he lifted it. But, so when I dropped, if you look at it, from the way he scooped it, me reversing off and dropping, me reversing and pulling away wouldn't cause dents to my car.
Where are the dents to your car?
I have pictures.
In the front or in the back?
In the front. In the front, right here, where he tried to pick it up at. I have the pictures.
Let me see the dents.
This is the damage.
Who's the person next to you handing you all that stuff?
This is Tanaja Thomas. She's advising me.
She's advising. Are you an attorney? Are you a friend of his?
Yes.
I got the feeling. And who's the other lady next to her?
That's my cousin, Anna.
Was she with you?
No.
Moral support?
Yes.
Okay.
But in order for me to sustain damage like that, it would have had to come, impact would have had to happen. Not me reversing backwards.
Says who? When did you become an accident reconstructionist?
I went to the mechanic.
Who's the mechanic? Are you pointing at her?
No, I have an estimate and everything from the mechanic.
And what is your mechanic decided how this happened?
No, when I told him what happened, he said, you know, and I told him that.
Are you going to show me something that just says an estimate, or does it say how it happened?
That's the estimate.
Okay. And who's charging? Your friend's charging you $678 in legal fees?
That's a discount.
But is she charging?
Yes, that's a discount.
Come on, you know, I normally don't do this because we have certain rules and small claims on the people's court. I don't normally. Do you have any objection if I let his lawyer represent him? I really want to hear what she has to say.
That's no problem.
Come on up, honey. It's not going to be that easy. Counselor?
Hello.
Hello.
Wasn't expecting to be doing it.
Yes, yes, you weren't. But one of the things that your client said in his complaint is that my lawyer says I couldn't have done that damage.
Well, that's not. What happened was he called me from the scene when he was there. He explained to me what happened. He told me how the guy lifted the car, how it was on an angle.
And did he actually tell you that it was on an angle? He did tell you.
He did tell me it was on an angle. He did tell me that he had already backed it off. And at that point, I said, just pay the guy to drop the car and proceed otherwise, because you don't want to cause any damage. And then he explained to me.
And he had already driven it off the tow.
But he explained to me the type of damage it was and sent me a picture of it.
Right. And
the damage that was done, it's an indentation.
Yeah.
From what he
had that. Hold that thought right there. How'd that happen?
As I picked it up, as I'm proceeding to remove it, as I stop, he comes up to me. He's like, "Yo, what's going on? I have my plaque. You know, I was just running into." He said,
"Did he show you the plaque?"
He didn't show me no plaque, nothing. I have my plaque.
Okay.
I'm telling him it's $68 for me to release his vehicle, and we could all go about our merry way. And he did not like that. He said no. He went back into his car. I'm waiting for him. We were there for like 10 minutes while he was inside his car, pouting and like we do this.
Is he making phone calls?
He's making phone calls.
He's talking to her. He called your father. Mm-hmm. Your father said, you know, just pay the man.
Yeah.
But he still hadn't driven off.
He still hadn't driven off.
Okay.
I have him hooked up, lifted off the ground. So all of a sudden I'm hearing boom, boom, boom. Like he's like boom, 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 whatever. And he backs up. And his front bumper like comes off, and it's like hanging, like piece. It's like it's just hanging. It's shattered. And then he parks in front of my tow truck, gets out of his vehicle, and comes up to me to pay me. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry for driving off your lift. Here you go, charge me." And I charged him, ran his credit card, gave him his receipt, and he drove right off by himself. Drove right off. Nobody else came out.
Okay. And did you?
Usually they call the police. He didn't even bother calling the police.
Usually cops come.
If it was our
and-
fault.
What I don't get is he drives off and he could have just driven away.
He could have just left, exactly.
But he didn't. He drove off, the damage is done, and then he pays you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, that's-
So you drove off, and why didn't you just keep driving if you were driving off? I'm kind of curious.
Because I understood where my father and my attorney told me, you know what, you was there and it wasn't properly displayed. He could have let it down when you showed him, but just pay him. It's not a big deal.
What made you stop? The damage to the bumper?
I didn't notice the damage to the bumper
So what
until
made you
after
stop?
I left. Because
like, hell of a time to have an epiphany. Why don't you have the epiphany when it's still on there?
I'm just saying, my emotions, that's why I did it. And then when I spoke to them
Wait, but
and with
what
clarity.
made you call them to speak to them?
I
What made
always
you
speak with
stop the
them.
car? Before you talk to them, you have stopped the car. What made you stop the car?
Because they was on the phone and she told me I should pay him.
Yeah, but it had to be the damage.
Can I interject?
Yeah.
He actually called me back after he realized the damage. He did not call me initially and say my car is damaged. He called me about what happened.
What did he say to you?
He told me about his aunt being inside.
What did he say exactly?
I'm in Walgreens. This guy picked up my car. He put it on the tow lift, but he put it on improperly. My car is dangling about 2 or 3 inches above the ground. He didn't do it the right way. And I had my permit displayed. My aunt is inside. I told him he doesn't care. And I said...
Well, he doesn't even say he had his permit displayed, but go ahead.
He said it was in the seat. He told me it was in the seat. It wasn't in the dashboard. And I explained to him it has to be properly displayed in the dashboard. You were in the wrong in that portion of it. You should pay the guy the amount.
Did he, at that point in that first phone call, did he tell you that he had driven it off the tow?
The second phone call is when he told me he drove it off.
That's your problem. You didn't tell him, oh, by the way, don't try to drive off a toll. It never occurred to you to say such a thing, right? Because it's kind of crazy.
It was only lifted
What,
about
did he
as
go
high as the
front and
curb.
back
Yeah, he went front and back.
to loosen it?
Yeah.
Tell me about your toe. What does it look like? How does it...
I have to put my wheel
Come
lift.
on over here. Do we have cars here? We can. We can. Just give me a car.
We're opposite trucks. Yeah, exactly. No. His car is that one, and mine is the other one. Is the right hand.
Okay.
Yeah, mine is the right hand, but I'm facing backwards.
the other way.
Yeah, so you can't really do it.
basically like that.
Exactly.
I want you to come over here and use your hands and do a very good job. Come on over here and do it for me. Come here.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, do you believe that this guy caused his own damage or the tow truck did?
No way, it's all his fault.
Because?
Because he pulled the car off the tow truck.
What do you think, sir?
It's his fault. He pulled the car off the tow truck.
Okay, I guess. Anybody else have like different opinion about this?
I still think that it's his fault because it doesn't make any logical sense, but...
He pulled the car off the tow truck.
He pulled it off, but I think that tow trucks, they suck. I mean, they come around, they don't even talk to you sometimes, and they take it away.
You know, trucks have difficulty communicating sometimes. Going inside the courtroom.
On that side.
Okay.
So
This hand, no, but nice and loud. This hand is
his car.
His car. That hand is your
my
car.
car.
Okay, so tell me, we're right here.
So I pull his car.
There we go. All right, so this is you. This is him. He is nose in. You are here. You clamp onto one wheel.
I'm like this already.
Okay.
So I clamp onto his front tire.
There's a car parked here or no?
No
You
cars.
have enough?
Yeah, I have
right.
enough room to do what I have to
Okay.
do. I'm proceeding to remove the vehicle as a tow truck driver from the spot that it was.
Okay, you guys do this all the time?
All the time.
Because
yeah.
otherwise, because it's front wheel drive.
Yeah, because it's front wheel drive. If I would have came this way and lifted it, it would have not rolled because it's locked.
Right.
And if I would have put the car in neutral, then it would have rolled, but that would have required me
It takes years
to go in.
experience to know which car you have to put on neutral and which ones you
Right.
don't.
All right. So yeah, since I've been doing it a while, I knew it was front wheel drive. So I pull the car out, right, drop it, and then I'll come out and rehook it from the front, lift it. So we're stuck here. We're stuck. He's like, no, I don't want to pay, whatever, lift it. He gets in his car. He goes back and forth, and then he just backs up all the way, pulls up like right here while I'm still in the truck, and gets out of his car, pays me, gets back in his car, and leaves. So that's exactly what happened.
So he calls you on the first one, tells you about the lift on one side, which he agrees is how he was doing it.
Correct.
Then he calls you on the second one and says to you, I drove off. What'd you say to him when your client called you, your friend, and told you, I drove off the tow? What'd you say to him? Oh, this is gonna be tough.
I can't say it.
This is gonna be tough, man. I don't wanna be the one that's gotta stand in front of a judge and say, this happened not because you drove off the tow, because if you hadn't driven off the tow, this wouldn't have happened. If you just stayed there, he would have finished what he's doing, which they do a million times, and then you would have had to pay $68.
I don't agree that the damage wouldn't have happened.
How do you know?
Because it's an indentation.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. Nobody crashed into his car. You have no evidence that he crashed into his car. He lifted one wheel, and you have zero evidence that they crashed into his car. He's calling you. Your answer is, oh, he might not have noticed it. That's not evidence. Then he calls you, says nothing about damage, says, I drove off the thing, and now it's damage. And you don't want me to conclude the obvious? Come on. Valiant effort, though. You earned your $678 verdict for the defendants.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, so come on in here. As the judge said, valiant effort, but the defendant wins this case. What's your reaction? How is finally wound up?
I feel like once I told her, I was being honest that I drove off, that she basically just closed it in her mind. But if you listen, he said he noticed that my bumper was ripped off. My bumper was never ripped off. It was a dent. And I saw him. I came out and I physically saw him. And I feel like once I said what I said to her, like, okay, yeah, I did reverse off, but that's not going to cause an impression on my car.
He also indicated that the bumper was smashed.
And
the pictures don't show that it was smashed. It was a dent in the car. It wasn't shattered.
You feel like your 678 was well spent?
It was. I believe she did her job. I just feel like it was slighted.
Okay. All right. Right around the corner there.
Thank
Okay.
you
Your
very
documents are waiting. All right. So come on in here. Here comes the tow truck guy. Step on in here. Nobody likes the tow truck guy.
I know, but I mean, the way I look at it was just providing a service to the establishment, working it how they want it to work. And that's about it.
You ever have anybody drive off the hook before? Like
a few times. They just keep going, and once they do that, they create their own damage. If they create damage,
what's the craziest thing that ever happened?
Craziest thing, they tried to drive off, and the car actually fell into another car. So that respondent had to pay for both damages, and they do it to themselves. So
Harvey.
You know, it's really simple. Once the plaintiff himself started acting recklessly, he ruined his case because it's impossible to know at that point who caused the damage. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is brought to you by LinkedIn. Healthcare professionals can lead their careers with LinkedIn. Discover jobs by specialty, preferred shifts, and even desired salary. From mental health therapists to radiology technicians, it's now faster and easier for healthcare professionals to find the right fit. Learn more at linkedin.com/healthcare. Side effects may include faster job placement, improved work-life balance, and increased career satisfaction.
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
This is the plaintiff, Arthur Kissel. He says he agreed to rent an apartment from the defendants, but then suddenly and unexpectedly got laid off from his job and could no longer afford the place. He decided to be honest with the defendants, told them he couldn't move in, and when he asked for his money back, they told him tough. Tough? We'll see about that, because he has evidence which will blow this case wide open, and he's confident he's going to walk out with his money for sure. He's suing for $1,000, the money owed. These are the defendants, Joe and Rose Hopkins. Joe says they had 7 to a dozen people come look at the place they were renting, and they chose very carefully on the plaintiff, thinking it would be a good fit. Obviously, they were quite wrong, because he backed out at the last minute, leaving them high and dry. The plaintiff thinks he has a piece of evidence which is going to persuade the judge to rule in his favor, but they have a trick or two up their sleeve as well, and aren't worried. They're accused of not playing ball.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff signed up to rent an apartment and dropped out after putting the deposit down because he got laid off. He says he has secret evidence to show that the defendant did the wrong thing here, but the defendant says he has secret evidence too. It's the case of I can't keep a secret anymore.
All right, Arthur Kissel.
Yes,
You are
Judge.
suing Joe and Rose Hopkins, your almost landlords, for $1,000 security deposit that you gave them after you changed your mind and decided that you couldn't afford the apartment. Correct?
Close.
Close? Okay, you tell me what happened.
Early last year, I was working for a staffing agency, and I lived in New York City, and I was working on Long Island. In March of last year, I was told that my temporary assignment was going to become permanent the end of June. I had a very long commute by car, and I was looking for an apartment closer to where I was working. In April, I found an ad on Craigslist for the apartment that the Hopkins were renting. We talked on the phone. I went to look at it. I liked it. We liked each other. They're very nice people. Approximately a week later, on May 3rd, I gave them a cash deposit for $1,000.
No dispute about that, right?
No.
Okay.
I
got it. They agree. And then?
And I was going to move in between June 1st and June 15th.
Okay.
Shortly after that, the staffing agency that I
Shortly after what? After May 3rd?
After May 3rd.
Okay.
The staffing agency that I work for told me that the company changed their mind, that they weren't going to make the 5 drivers permanent.
Okay.
I called and spoke to Rose. I explained the situation.
So how long after giving them the $1,000 was this?
It was a week to 10 days.
Okay.
I spoke to Rose. Rose said it was too bad that I couldn't take the apartment, and that they couldn't give me the deposit back right away because they used it for something. Rose said in August they were expecting a check for something, and by September they would be able to give me the money back. The end of May, I didn't have a work assignment, so I was temporarily unemployed. Shortly after that, my landlord, where I was living on a month-to-month basis, gave me a 30-day notice to be out of the apartment by the middle of August. I called my agency, and I told them to get me a job driving over the road interstate, where basically I could just live in the truck.
Ugh.
September came and went, and I didn't hear from the defendants about the refund. But because all my things were in storage, I didn't have the receipt or the contact information anymore.
Oh, you didn't hear from him and you couldn't call him because
I didn't have the number.
Okay.
In March of this year.
So from September to March, you didn't figure yourself out?
Well, I was out on the road. When you drive, you can be out for 3 months at a time before you get home.
Yeah, but you're talking about 9 months, and then what happened? So you finally found a little piece of paper? That's what happened.
When I came back.
Just admit it. You found the little piece of paper.
I found the paper when I went to get my...
Did you call them before you filed the lawsuit?
I was on the road, and I asked a friend of mine who's an attorney to send them a...
Demand letter?
Yeah, fan letter.
No, not fan letter, demand letter.
A demand letter.
It's usually not a fan letter. It's usually...
a demand letter asking them to contact me directly because that was...
Okay, bottom line, they didn't contact you, you didn't get the money, and that's why you're here. Or did they contact you?
I got a voicemail from Joe, which he started the voicemail by, "You didn't take the apartment, so why should we give you back the money?"
Oh,
At that time...
Joe and Rose, are you guys on the same page?
No.
Okay. No, you're not on the same page with Joe?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay, because you got to go home with him, not him. Okay.
I know.
So what happened? According to him, he talks to you, and you say, "No worries, I'm sorry, we don't have the money now, we'll give it to you in September." Did that happen?
No.
Okay, what did happen?
He called the end of June. He was supposed to move in July 1st. The last week in June, that's when he called. And he said to me, "I have bad news, I'm sorry. I lost my job, and to tell you the truth, I can't take the apartment. I'm probably going to have to move to Arizona." I said, "I can't give you the money back." I said, "I put it into the apartment thinking you're coming." I said, "And now you want," I said, "I'll talk to my husband, call me back." Your Honor, he never called back.
Right.
Never called back. So all this time later, It was about 6 or 8 months, we get a letter from a lawyer, just a regular mail letter, saying that he wanted his $1,000 back.
Let me see the letter.
I don't have
Do you have it?
I have a copy here. I didn't see the letter that he sent.
That's we never heard from again. We never heard from again, Your Honor, and we'll just took the...
Tell me about the place that you're renting out. Were you used the phrase first-time renters, like you'd never rented out?
No, it was.
Okay.
It's a basement. And it's an all new renovated kitchen. It's like a studio apartment, used bathroom, and we tried not to rent it.
Dryer.
Right. We tried not to rent it.
Living room, bedroom.
We kept it, for family parties and stuff like that. But since the taxes are getting high and we're both retired, we needed the extra income.
Are you zoned for two-family?
As far as I know, we have 2 kitchens because it was a joke when I went down.
I know, but was that permitted work?
Oh, yeah. When the guy came in, yes.
So does a person who owns a house have to get a permit in order to rent out, say, the basement or part of the house?
Yes, I do.
Why would you say? I thought a man's home is his castle.
It is not. I believe the city has to have give authorization to the owner.
If the landlord tries it and he does need a certificate and he gets caught, does he have to return all the money that he took?
No, he shouldn't have to return all the money that he took.
Even if he did the wrong thing in the first place by renting it out?
I think the house is yours. You can do with it whatever you want to.
You believe it. Man's home is his house. And you also sound like you're from Texas.
I'm from Georgia.
Okay, same thing. Going inside the courtroom.
I'm asking because you don't really have a permit to rent out the basement. You have to. It has to be zoned to family, which you can get it. You can do things, but you have to do things. The city has to come in. They have to inspect it. They have to make sure there's 2 forms of ingress and egress. That there's that everything works. That it's safe. That it's wired right. All that stuff. And that is what you have to do if you want to be able to keep the security deposit as rent.
Okay.
Did you guys do that?
We went down to town hall for another reason.
Yeah.
And they said we're zoned for 2 kitchens, 2 full kitchens, and I assumed that was okay.
We took that as meaning, yes, it's a legal 2-family home.
You can't have 2 families living there unless you're zoned for 2 families. I mean, you could have 2 kitchens in a house.
That's true.
Right. You could have 8 kitchens in a house if that's your pleasure.
Yeah.
You can't keep it for rent. You can't keep it for rent. If you want to be able to rent it out, you have to go through legal channels to be able to keep it out. Okay. This is typically a case where I would look at him and say, too bad, so sad, you broke the lease. You had a verbal, even if you didn't have a written lease, you had a verbal agreement to take the place, and then you changed your mind, so you got to give it up. I do this every day. I do that. You can't just change your mind. They govern themselves accordingly. But in your case, you can't. You can't. If he sells you cocaine, and you don't pay him for the cocaine, and then he comes to court and says, breach of contract, make them pay me, the courts are not going to get involved in helping him recover his money for his sale of cocaine. Why? Because the sale of cocaine is illegal, right? It's the same concept with housing laws. If you can't rent it out, I'm not going to help you get rent. My verdict is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,000. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Hold on, guys.
Oh, Rose, what happened?
Well, she's really a nice judge, and we will have to check it out if we decide to rent it again. But we thought it was 2 kitchens. We thought it was okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, 2 kitchens, that was a good point the judge made to you, and you agree that you can have 3 kitchens if you want in your house.
Especially if you're Italian.
Right, okay. So you have, are you going to get it zoned for?
Once again, I had nothing to say.
You got something?
I didn't even get to talk. But okay, that's not unusual.
Okay, then head right down this way.
Not unusual at all.
Enjoy your day. Okay, sir, so what do you think of the outcome in this case?
I'm happy with the outcome. I'm sorry I had to come to this. They're very nice people, and I really wish I would have been able to rent the apartment from them.
Yeah. Did you have any problem in trying to get this money back in the way you were treated? Did you have an issue there? Or was it just strictly about
I think
the
it was
illegality?
I think it was strictly a misunderstanding and the legality of the place ultimately.
All right. So is your living arrangement okay now?
Yes, it is.
All right. Harvey?
So here's the thing. If the guy actually moved in and lived there and then sued to get his rent back, the judge probably would not have given him his rent money back because he actually ended up getting real value for the place. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Are your business expenses playing hide and seek? With Uber for Business, the small spends that slip through the cracks, like rides and meals, go right where you need them. Because it integrates with leading expense platforms, you can say goodbye to surprise costs, missing dollars, or chasing receipts. Everything's track downable. Uber for Business. Make small steps that make a big impact. Learn more at uber.com/small steps.
This is the plaintiff, Valerie. She says the defendant, her niece, asked her to borrow money, and being the good auntie she is, she gave it to her. The girl's a no-good scammer who's never once offered to pay her back, and family or no family, she's suing for the $958.50 she's owed. This is the defendant, Gloria Holland. She says she can't believe her aunt, her own flesh and blood, is actually suing her in court today because she's nothing more than a loan shark. That's right, a loan shark who's trying to take advantage of her in an attempt to make a quick buck. Not here and not now, Auntie. She's accused of causing a family pain.
All parties, please raise your right hands. Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff is suing her niece for stiffing her, but the defendant says that her aunt is a loan shark. Will that defense fly? It's the case of Great White Hope.
Okay, Valerie, you've asked us to refer to you only by your first name. You are suing Gloria Holland, your niece, for $958.50 that you say she owes you for a loan that you made to her that she, according to you, ungratefully has refused to repay. What is going on?
Around March 19th of 2013, I had a conversation with my niece, and she was attempting to get a car. She asked me to loan her some money. I did not have money, cash money on hand at that time. So what I did, agreed to pawn my engagement ring.
Why?
Because I wanted her, she was trying to get back on her feet, and I was...
I know, but maybe there's other family, put your hand down. Maybe there's other family members who don't have to pawn in order to loan. And it's kind of extreme to pawn in order to loan somebody. If you don't have it, you don't have it.
That's true, Judge. But because of my younger niece, her daughter, who I love dearly, that's like my Achilles heel. So I don't want the child to, not have transportation when she needs to go to medical appointments and so forth.
Okay.
And I agreed to do that. So I did that. She provided me...
Did she know that you were pawning in order to get her the money?
Yes, that's correct.
She did know? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And go on?
Yes, she provided me her routing number, her bank number for Chase, and a Chase account. At which point, when I did the pawn, I pawned it. I got $400. I went directly to the Chase Bank over in Orlando. I deposited the money, came back to her job, gave her the receipt for the money and so forth.
Did you give her the receipt for the pawn?
No.
Did you explain to her what the payments would be in order for you not to lose your jewelry?
Absolutely correct, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have some connection with the pawn shop?
Yes, I worked there years ago. I have some history, and I normally don't wear the jewelry, but if I get in a tight squeeze or emergency, I use that property for my own expenses. And so that was, instead of giving her any money that I had in my account, I figure the pawn would be more adequate.
So you had money in your account, but
not the amount that I was providing to her.
Okay. When you say your engagement ring, are you married?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so it doesn't mean anything to you anymore?
He gave it to me as an engagement ring, but it was like,
and then he didn't marry you?
Ring, but they're never going to marry you.
Oh, heck no.
Actually, yeah.
Pawn it away, baby. Pawn it away. All right.
No. He wants it back right now, but...
He's what?
He still wants the ring back.
He wants a ring back?
Yes, he wants it back.
That's another case for another judge for another day. Talk to me. What's going on? Your aunt is there for you when you need her, and you've left her hanging because apparently she didn't pay the money back. Months and months have passed. Is your jewelry gone now? Or no, because it's a favor to you because they know you.
I know them. I have history with them.
Yeah.
They pulled it so it wouldn't continue to accrue that $100 every month.
So they've capped it at what?
They told me $852, but apparently they increased it to $900.
How do you know?
$58.50. Because I had them give me an updated.
Can I see what they gave you?
Yes,
What's going on?
So when she told me about the she offered, she was like, I can help you out.
Did you know she was pawning the jewelry to get you the money?
She told me because we pawned this ring before. We pawned the ring in last year.
So you knew she was pawning the jewelry, and then
Yes.
did you pay her back?
I gave her $100 in April. I gave her $100 in May. But in May, I lost my job. My car caught on fire. Somebody set my car on fire in my yard.
Oh my God! Could anything else bad happen to you?
My car caught on fire.
I don't want to stand too close to you. I'm afraid of getting hit by lightning.
I'm telling her, okay, I was then put in for my unemployment at the time, and I'm saying to her, before you can even talk to
Someone
my aunt,
set your car on fire?
Yeah, twice. They did it at 3 a.m. and then they came back because it wasn't
Why was
satisfied.
somebody setting your car on
We
fire?
never know who. Still don't know who did it.
Well, who's your enemy?
My husband. That's the only enemy I have.
So sorry.
So when she came to me in July, she asked me, I need the $100 you're going to give me on the ring plus an additional $100. I didn't have a problem doing that, but I didn't. When they did give me my unemployment, they only paid me a portion because they said that I had to wait until some kind of tier thing they have going, and then I would get a full portion.
Okay, so stop. It was pawned what date?
In March.
April comes and $100 is due. Did you pay it?
Yes.
That's correct, right?
Yes.
Okay. May comes and $100 is due. Did you pay it?
Yes.
Is that correct?
No. She paid $90.
$99. You owed me $8.
$90.
I can't. We're not really arguing about $8, right? How much did you pay her?
It's she made me write a promissory note to her for something else.
Can I have it?
She has it.
Oh, there we go.
That's for the.
If you sign a promissory note, you should.
But it wasn't for the pawn. It was for something else.
She didn't. She tricked. She didn't put it on there. I told her to put it on there, but she didn't. That's for the damaged rental car that I rented for her.
Oh my God.
That she allowed my niece to drive, who had no license.
That's your Achilles heel niece, or
No,
a different niece?
her sister, my other niece. She allowed her to drive the car. She was on the car as a licensed driver. It was in my name on my credit card. She let her drive the car.
So you're now stop, and you got her the car. So now you're on the hook for $3,000.
$3,000.
Okay, that's not part of your lawsuit. So I'm gonna put it to a side because that's even worse. All right. So I assume that I don't know what you're gonna do with that. I assume you're gonna sue her for that eventually.
It's filed with
so
the court.
According to you, how much did she pay in May? 92?
$90, ma'am.
90 or 92?
Judge.
Okay.
$90.
All right. So in June, did you pay? Yes or no? In June, did you pay?
Yeah. Did I pay? No.
Oh, wait, I was just going to ask you for the help. Did she pay in June?
No.
Did she pay in July?
No, ma'am.
Did she ever pay again?
No, Your Honor.
So the only thing, according to you, she's paid is $190?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you claim to have paid how much?
That's correct, I believe.
Oh.
I'm not
Okay.
I'm not arguing with her about it.
Okay, so what is your defense?
So if you end up with the engagement ring, whether you're the guy or the girl in a wedding that doesn't work out, do you keep it or do you sell it? What do you think?
Sell it. Go on a trip.
Anybody keep it?
Keep it. No. It might be for sentimental reasons, or it might just be to fuse the next.
You want to remember what an incredible jerk the guy was, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. Going inside the courtroom.
I just asked her to wait until I got my unemployment. Then you
got your unemployment and then you put it towards something else.
No, I didn't. When I got the unemployment, I said, Val, it's not the full payment. I'll just pay it off in August and get it out. But before she lets the person do anything.
Okay, how long has she been waiting for you to pay it?
What do you? Oh,
how long?
She waited because she put it in March, so April, May, since March.
Okay.
And I've been giving her the $100 like ever since.
No, you haven't. You've only given her the $100.
I gave it to her in April and May.
And you gave her a partial payment in May.
But I'm talking to her like.
Oh well, she can put that in the bank. You're talking.
No, I'm asking her, Val, I'm gonna give it to you, but she gets upset and curses you.
Yeah, because you're not paying.
I'm asking if I
have a simple solution to this. There's no problem. Stop loaning the money.
Excuse me.
No, I'm talking. If you don't have the money to say goodbye to, then don't pawn it to get her money. She's not worthy of it. She's not. I mean, it's one thing to, if it's to eat, bring her to your house for dinner. That's kind of different. But this is for something I don't get it. And if it's a gift, then it's a gift. But if it's a loan, then it's a loan. And you can't just keep saying, I talked to her. I told her I don't have the money. What do you think that means? No. Eventually, you're mad at her because she's your aunt.
I'm not
you
mad.
Can't. Oh, yes, you are. I'm going to quote from you. Stop. I'm going to quote from your answer. I don't make stuff up. We are family. It is morally wrong of her as a human being to treat me this way.
Because I've done a lot for her,
Who
too.
do you think you are, though?
But
You're not paying back the loan that you agreed to pay back.
She's not telling what I've done for her. She stayed in my house.
What have you done for her that she's so ungrateful for?
In 2009, she didn't have a place to stay. She has 3 kids. She moved into my apartment with me. I didn't charge her anything. She drove my car. I didn't charge her anything. She watched my baby for me, yes, but I didn't charge her anything. So, you're saying I'm on. I love my auntie, and if she does something for me, I've done just as much for her.
Don't do anything else for each other that you expect to be repaid for. Because that's where the problem is. It isn't in doing something for each other. Do something for each other. Just don't expect payback. No, because you're bound to be disappointed.
I'm not. I don't want to disappoint
Well, she's disappointed, and you're in court.
All I said was, if you want to take me to court, fine. But I was going to pay the money to you. Even the $3,000. Me and my sister, who has a lawsuit pending this, said, "Okay, auntie, we're going to pay you the money. You just have to wait till we get it." And she's like,
"Did you pay anything to the pawn shop?"
And I told her they got money, or she said she didn't receive them.
I see a fax here from the pawn shop, correct? Is this the handwriting of the pawn shop?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and this was just sent to you today for court, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So according to them, you owe them, this is what she is saying now, the assistant manager, you owe them $958.50 on the original $400 loan, only in America, because they have the right to charge you the $100 payments a month if you want it back. Otherwise, you just have to give up the jewelry and then you can walk away. All right, now, here's what we're going to do. I'm done. There's no more talk. Now's the part where I rule. I see what is owed on the pawn shop ticket. I see that, according to them, and you're admitting now that you never gave them the money she gave you. So I'm going to deduct the money that she gave you, and I'm going to order her to pay the remainder that the pawn shop is asking for a sum total judgment in your favor in the amount of $768.50. That's the $958.50 minus the $190. Now, let me suggest something to you ladies, all right? You have a long and rich history of loving each other. You have a long and rich history of counting on each other. Perhaps you should both just do away with the messy, nasty part and don't funnel money anymore or favors you expect to get paid back for or anything else, because it's all just leading to a lot of heartache that is not mandatory in a familial relationship. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
Well, the court has disposed of the outstanding balance. What's your reaction to how this came down?
I'm satisfied with the outcome. Still a little disappointed that it had to come to this, but...
Well, the judge was issuing both of you some advice at the end there on maybe possibly trying to put this all behind you and resuming a family relationship.
It was
Are you open to that?
Yeah, I mean, she's still family, regardless.
Yeah, you were
And it's
saying
only
something.
money.
You were like whispering something, and
I was like, I'm just done with the situation.
the situation,
The
yeah.
situation.
But what about Auntie?
Oh, she's still my aunt.
I know that. How do you feel about her?
Still love her.
All right, right there.
All right, right this way.
All right. All right, so step on in here. Is that, you still love her too?
Yes.
Mhm.
Always love her.
Move up a
Never
little.
alone.
No, love her, don't loan her.
Yes, correct.
Uh-huh. Good advice from the judge.
Yes.
You regret having done that?
Yes, I do. Because I've done so many things for her. And
But she
each
said
time
she's done for you too, she
she's a
said.
habitual liar. She continues to lie. So,
Okay. All right, Harvey.
The judge just talked about not expecting to get paid back. The fact is, if you want to get paid back and you're dealing with a relative, what you should do is you should box them in by getting everything in writing.
This episode is brought to you by FX's Alien Earth, the official podcast. Each week, host Adam Rogers is joined by guests, including the show's creator, cast, and crew, in this exclusive companion podcast. They will explore story elements, deep dive into character motivations, and offer an episode-by-episode behind-the-scenes breakdown of each terrifying chapter in this new series. Search FX's Alien Earth wherever you listen to podcasts.